then
that's my whole point.
It's destroy everything.
You're a man of honor and of like deep moral principles and ethics. You have a very rigid way you live your life with discipline. That's my whole point of this.
Yes.
Like, this is a nonsense
You're
scene
right.
where you're allowed to just go smack someone.
You're right.
Like, that is a non-consequential move. That's like you're saying there's no consequences to this. I'm going to go up and smack him in front of everybody.
Right. I
and
can
I'm
get away with it
give
because
him
of
the
who I am.
fucking,
Yes.
the whatnot. You know, you do this.
We live in unreality, Joe.
Yeah,
we live in
that's my
unreality,
point.
hyper-reality.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard it coined. We live in a massively unserious place, from our populace to our people that we put on pedestals within media, to our politicians. All these people are massively unserious, and
that's probably the problem with living, right? And it's what we're seeing represented in the media and in society, whether it's in films or television shows or even in the news in a lot of ways, is so not, it doesn't resonate with what we know to be true and real with real life. Like even just the way they communicate. They don't communicate like a real person. No. So much of it, we've sort of accepted that so much of what you see is bullshit. And I just don't think like living that kind of life where you are that kind of person, you're an actor, you're constantly on the red carpet, you're in this weird public pedestal place.
Yes.
I think you can get a very distorted sense of reality, and I think that's what we saw manifest itself.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Iron Age, the Kali Yuga.
Yeah,
Enjoy
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Well, we were talking about that before, and that's kind of where we're at. We are in Kali Yuga.
We are in Kali Yuga.
And the Hindus were very smart in their idea of, it was the Hindus, right?
Yes, the Hindus, yes.
They came up with this idea that there are certain ages, almost unavoidable, of civilizations.
Correct.
That they go through these cycles.
Correct. There is Nietzsche talked about this, René Guénon, a French philosopher, and Oswald Spengler in The Decline of the West, a volume. We wrote 2 whole giant books on this. And, you know, I sent you a quote from Spengler, and I'm like, this is from 1922. And it's talking about the poisonous infiltration of the media into the way people view the world, and how there has never been a more powerful machine than this to degrade and deracinate human beings. And all they had was radio back then. They're like, oh, God, this could be a huge problem. They thought the printing press was going to make a huge issue where all people did was just dream away in books all day long and not actually make anything or create anything. And yet people like Guénon and Spengler and Nietzsche saw these patterns of human behavior. I mean, even beyond the cyclical history of the Hindus, Guénon, who takes a lot from the Hindus, and Spengler. There's also even, Strauss and Howe with their fourth turning concept. It was like every 80 years that there's going to be, you know, a complete changeover. You have these 4 ages that you'll go through, well, how's it go? It's like artist, nomad, or is it nomad, and then you get hero, and then it just keeps repeating itself about every 80 years. And Strauss and Howe think that like our fourth turning will come around 2030. I don't entirely buy into the entirety of the fourth turning concept, because it's like, oh, the millennials are going to be the hero generation. I'm like, I don't fucking think so. Sorry. It's just not going to happen.
You say no, but then you see Gen Z and you go, maybe.
Well, I mean, compared to what? Compared to what?
You almost have to recognize like that the next generation is so fucked up that you have to pick up the slack.